and compassionate government, both Fin Donnelly and the NDP. So while attending the Energy Forum 2013 at the Vancouver Board of Trade, I had the opportunity to listen to Ian Anderson, president of Kinder Morgan. In his speech to the audience, he claimed that he would like renewable, green energy, and felt it was the future. But just as he had spoken the words, he pointed in the direction of China and said, but there is the money to be had today. There is no need to increase the output of our fossil fuels, and certainly not at the current depressed prices we see on the world markets today. We can take our time signing those at a much higher rate, if necessary, and hopefully let's help Ian, Kinder Morgan, and others by encouraging them not to do so, but the right thing, investing into research, development, and marketing of green energy know-how and technologies. We are experiencing moments of bliss in our lives. Some result in the delivery, 9 months later, of a new sound system with no volume control. We call our children our greatest assets. We groom them, we save up for their education, and are eager to leave something behind so that they are better off than we are today. So why is it that we take out a huge mortgage on their future by selling out our precious resources and destroying the future environment? If we expect our communities to undergo structural reforms to be more competitive and forward-thinking, why do we allow our governments to get away with dangerously ignoring the needs for creating a transitional economy that will enable future generations to have the skills and jobs needed to participate on global markets, take care of their families? Now is our last real chance to stop runaway global warming and position Canada for success in the coming era. Our children's future is at stake. We have no greater priority. We can succeed if we get started now. I encourage you to agree on October 19th. Thank you.
I just want to apologize to Finn a little bit because I didn't mean to get so riled up with him earlier. My issue was not with the visiting of the schools, because part of why I did this, I knew it was going to be a long shot for me from the beginning. I knew from the day I decided to do this that I didn't have 1 or 2 years of door knocking behind me. I didn't have that. I won the nomination 3 months ago, but for the last 3 months, myself and our volunteer base has been growing. We've been getting donations. We've been finding that there's a lot of undecided voters that are willing to give the Liberals and Justin Trudeau a chance. They're willing to give someone who's never been a politician a chance. They're willing to bring new ideas in to reform healthcare, to be more suited to today's needs, increase in-home support for people who want to stay in their homes as they get care, introduce mental health into the healthcare system, bring in electoral reform, free voting and open data, improve our economy with an idea that it involves investing in our future, working with provinces, working with First Nations, working with municipalities. I always knew it was going to be an uphill battle, but I'm very, very proud of this community for giving me the opportunity. I'm proud of the party for putting a platform forward that is positive and focused on the future and focuses on how we're going to give more opportunities to our kids, more opportunities to different industries, more opportunities to small business, more opportunities to collaborate and work together, not unite, not be divided, rather unite. Not squabble so much, but work together, because at the heart of it, the Canadian heart has been fragmented, and that's what we need to do, is we need to be positive, we need to be focused, and we need to bring ourselves back together. And so, regardless of what the outcome was, it was a privilege to run. I believe that we can do it in this riding, because when I knock on doors, what I hear is people are ready for a change, and they're ready for people that aren't focused on negative politics. They're not worried about attack ads. They just want to focus on what's best for the future. And if you do elect me on October 19th, I promise you I'll serve with integrity and honesty, and I'll always be available to everybody.
People want change, but what's the substance of that change? Simply changing the horses in the barn isn't going to change very much, is it? So we call for the defeat of the Conservative government and keeping the Liberals out of power. So by doing this, we'll open a path forward for progress. There's space in this country for change. So either the people, working people and people who are not part of the monopolies, either they occupy that space, or the financial oligarchy, the rich, the 1% will occupy that space, and we will get more and more austerity. There's the choice. The old days when you elect a government and then forget about politics for 4 years and hope for the best. If you're not happy, then you wait for 4 years and change the parties and so on. That doesn't work for us. We need people to get active, to get involved, to become decision makers, to empower yourself. This is the way that real change will come about.
It's also my first time running, and hearing Mr. Donnelly's closing speech, I think I screwed up here because I didn't put a list of the bad things, I just put a list of the 3 things that I want to do for the community. And I want to be crystal clear in what I'm going to champion, and I hope to earn your support as a new voice for the Tri-Cities. First of all, keeping taxes low and protecting our economy. Conservatives have a track record of this, and I want to continue to champion that. Second, championing support for our veterans. I know how to help veterans and veterans' families. If I'm in Ottawa, I will be able to make this a top priority. And lastly, the local important issue of housing affordability. We do need to look at how our community grows, how we can keep building around the transit corridors to make sure the same quality of life we've all known and loved is there for the next generations, and there for the Canadians and people who want to become Canadians and want to raise their families here in the Tri-Cities. I'm new to politics, I'm 30 years old. A lot of my friends are not involved in politics at the state I am. I think a big part of the reason is because of all the negativity that comes with politics. So I want to be the voice, a voice of positive change for the Tri-Cities. I want to stand up for the things that we all believe are important. I hope to earn your support on October 19th and vote for Tim Laidler, the Conservative Party. Thank you very much.
Thank you to all of the candidates. Just a reminder to all of you, please vote. And moreover, please go next door to somebody, whoever you know, who's under the age of 35, and drag them to vote, because that's the hardest segment to get out there. So for the love of God, drag some of those 20 and 30-somethings with you. I'm also going to tell you that it is very hard to sit up here and do what these people are doing. If it was easy, I'd be asking them not to heckle, not you guys. Okay? It would be the other way around. So I want to make it really clear. What they do is very difficult. And I'd like all of us to give all the candidates a great big round of applause. And thank you everyone for attending. Chairs go up at the front there. Thanks.